يوصيكم الله في أولادكم للذكر مثل حظ الأنثيين.
Assalaamu Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In this video, we will work through the examples in exercise 10.2. This is within the Munaasakha chapter, and the answers to this exercise can be found at the end of the video. In this example, Zainab passes away. She leaves behind a husband, Zayd, an uncle, Bakr, and a mother, Aisha. And then before Zainab's estate is distributed, Zayd, her husband, also passes away, and he leaves behind 3 sons. And these 3 sons are not Zainab's children, they're from another wife. And because the second deceased's heirs are different from the first deceased, therefore is scenario 2 of Munaasakha. As is mentioned here, this occurs when the heirs of the second deceased differ from the first deceased. So what do? Well, firstly, we start off with Zainab's heirs. Her husband will get nisf because there's no children. Uncle will be asaba, and the mother will get thuluth because there's no children or siblings. So the base number will be 6. We give out the shares. Well, a half of 6 is 3 for the husband. We'll go on to the mother. A third of 6 is 2 for the mother, and the asaba amount is 1. Now, here, that's all sorted for Zainab's heirs. But before distribution, Zayd passes away. So first thing we do is put a box around Zayd, and whatever shares Zayd had, we write it on the left-hand side of his inheritance in a box. So as you can see with the arrow, that 3 has been written on the left-hand side above the line for Zayd, and that will be what we call the shares kept aside. We will call that the shares kept aside for Zayd. Next, we do Zayd's inheritance. And we can just forget about everything else and just pretend that it's only Zayd's inheritance and solve that first. So Zayd has 3 sons. The shares will be asaba. Because there's no fractions, we count how many people there are, and the base number will be 3. And each of the sons will get 1 each. Now that's Zayd's inheritance sorted as well. Here is where we start applying the Munaasakha rules. So here we will look at the shares kept aside, meaning the amount that Zayd had before he passed away, which is a 3. And we will look at the new base number, or we call the secondary base number. And that is in blue on the right hand side. And we compare these 2 numbers. So the purple 3 on the left hand side and the blue 3 on the right hand side, or in other words, the shares kept aside in purple and the secondary base number in blue. We compare these 2 numbers and we look at which relationship it is between the 4 relationships that we've learned. Okay, and because both numbers are exactly the same, which we call tamathul, then the rule for tamathul is that we don't need to take any further action. And the answer is complete. So in summary, the number in the top right will become the base number, and the uncle Bakr will get 1 out of the 6. The mother Aisha will get 2 out of the 6, and each of Zayd's sons will get 1 out of the 6, and therefore the Munaasakha is complete. From Zainab's shares, it will be split up into 6, and as the numbers are mentioned, that's how Zainab's estate will be distributed, all in one single solution, rather than making it 2 separate solutions. One solution with 1 amount that is split up into, and it can be given across these 5 people that are still alive. Jazakallah.
ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم.